Hello, this is RV Vagabond Jerry, and I am in northeast Arizona. Right near the town of Chinle is the Canyon de Chelly National Monument. And the monument in this whole area is on Navajo Indian Reservation land. So I'm going to drive through the entire park and video some shots around some of the various overlook points that they have. So come along with me and I tell you what a very beautiful canyon looks like. This is the Junction Overlook. You can hike down, I'm not sure how far, but there is a overlook point right there, and it's a nice, very nice view of the canyon bottom, lined with trees. Not so much up here. Very nice view. Well, I decided to go down here, and this platform goes off of the edge several feet, so you can get a little better close-up view of it. And the stairs go further down, so you can actually walk down to the bottom of the canyon. If you're really into hiking that much, you can do it. But I'm not sure what the tunnel is or where the tunnel is. This is the Seyi Overlook, or however you pronounce that. Oh, we can see river from here. Very nice wide overlook. And by the way, there are two campgrounds here in the park. However, they have no hookups at all. So they're pretty much just a designated overnight parking space. Now this point is called the Junction Overlook, and it's the junction of two canyons. One canyon coming from the right there, and then another canyon coming from the middle here, merging into a single canyon going to the left. And by the way, that stream down there is not a river, it's just called the Chinle Wash. And this is a really nice wide view. Next stop is at the White House Overlook. There's an overlook here, and this is the designated trail to go down the canyon, which I am not going to do, especially since it's raining. I had to wait in my motorhome for a little while for it to quit raining to come out and do this video. This gives a good view of the Chinle Wash, and right outside the monument to the west is the town of Chinle, a small town, but it has a lot of services. Oh, now it's starting to rain again. Well, not going to have a lot of time at this stop if it keeps up this rain. Nice view here, going towards the west. And here is the White House, which was occupied by Indians 1,000 years ago, the brochure says. Right on the side under that cliff. Boy, imagine having to find a way to get up there. I guess you go somehow. Man, I don't know how you would get up there. But there certainly is a way. People lived there 1,000 years ago. This next lookout point is called the Sliding House Overlook. I don't know why. The brochure really didn't say anything about it that I could see. But boy, this is an amazing chunk of rock right in the middle of the canyon. Not in the middle, but it's away from the side. Look at this crack I'm standing on top of. Oh, the sun's starting to come out. Nice. At the bottom of the canyon, I can see a couple trucks. And there's a house here. And there are more houses over here. Right there. And right there. But they're not sliding. So I'm not sure about the name. These trucks have driven up a ways, and there is a road that goes all along the canyon. So if you know how to do it, you could drive in and out of the canyon, although they're not going to allow anyone who's not supposed to. Boy, look how sheer these walls are. Just a total drop from the canyon side. Like they were just sliced off. So next is the Spider Rock Overlook. So this is Spider Rock. I don't know why they call it that. You'd have to really stretch your imagination to think that looks like a spider. There's the peak. And then here's off to the left. Here's a little different angle view of it. And then off to the left is another big pinnacle, or you might call it a monument. Let's see what's on top there. Well, it looks like a pretty nice picnic spot. This is a pretty big canyon. And here's a view further to the left of that monument. I'm at this lookout point they build up here with a lot of huge boulders, compared to my size at least. One last view of Spider Rock. I'm going to show you a map of the park. There are two major canyons. So far we have been along Canyon de Chelly, and then this is Canyon del Muerto. Now right now I'm at Spider Rock, which is at the end of the road. On my way out, I'm going to stop at Face Rock Overlook, then go back to the visitor center and follow along this road. There are 3 more overlook points there. And then when you get to this town, the road continues up here to meet up with the main highway going north. By the way, there's no admission fee to Canyon de Chelly National Monument. The campground is $14 a night by the visitor center there. This is the Face Rock Overlook. And they have one of these pipe viewfinders so you can see certain things are pointing out certain features. Look at all the trees along the water stream. I bet when they get heavy rains, it looks like a river. I'm not sure what the face rock is, unless this is it. That's a pretty sheer drop right there. So that might be what they're referring to. This is the Antelope House overlook in the Canyon del Muerto, which in English I assume means the Canyon of Death. In case you didn't know, beyond this wall are sheer cliffs. Maybe that has something to do with the death part. A lot of greenery down in the bottom. You have a pretty nice lawn there. Wow, look at these rock canyon sides. And there's several little caves in there. Look at this one, a double cave entrance. A lot of caves along these walls. How about that? There's a big one. That might have made some good shelter for the Indians if they could figure out how to get up there. Did you hear that noise? Looks like there's a trail down there. I see something interesting here. Is that a solar panel? No? Oh, that's just... Oh, that's a restroom building. I think, down in the bottom of the canyon there. For the hikers. And over to the right of that is a bridge going over the river, the creek, or a wash. Not sure what to call that. There is an ancient house somewhere down here, which they found a lot of antelope carvings inside and around the house, and that's why they call this Antelope House Overlook. Looks like these acres over here have been cultivated. Wonder what they grow down there. Nothing now, but I bet it has. Well, it's a nice canyon overlook. Move on to the next one. This is the Mummy Cave Overlook, and the brochure says that Indians lived down here up until about the year 1300. And there are some cave dwellings over here. They must have found a bunch of mummies in there. Let's take another look at that tower. That is nice. And let's get a close-up of these buildings to the right of the tower. Wow. And they still use the bottom of the canyon here for ranching. And over here, you'll see some ranch houses. Right over here. That looks like a horse pen or something. And there's a roundhouse. And another structure over here. Someone told me they still use this property down there for ranching, and there is a few people who live down in the canyon year round. Only maybe 5 or 6 people, but they said, or I was told, that a lot of Indians come here in the summer to live down here in the summer, because we're at about 7,000 feet elevation, so it would be a cool place to spend the summer as opposed to some of the really hot areas of Arizona. And here's another really sheer cliff right there, and I'm parked really close right there in my motorhome. There's a short trail going down to this lookout point, so that's interesting. Well, I'm off to one more overlook point, and then that's it. So this is the Massacre Cave, and the story is, in 1805 the Spanish were making war with the Navajos, and there was 115 of them. 150 Navajos were hiding out in this cave, and maybe that cave, and then here. And the Spanish shot with their rifles from right where I'm standing and killed all 115 of them. Massacred every single Navajo here. And that's off to the far right side of this canyon. And down here is some good ranching and farming land, which is what the Indians were doing, living here and ranching and farming. Some real interesting scenes here. This is off to the left on the canyon side. Well folks, here's one last look at Canyon de Chelly National Monument. This is Canyon del Muerto. So I hope you've enjoyed this video. If you're ever in northeast Arizona, stop by here and take your own video or views of Canyon de Chelly National Monument. I think you really like it. Good day, folks.